G'day mate and welcome back to Factorio with me, JD. Now, the mod I've actually chosen to look at this week, today, whatever it happens to be, is called Biter Factions. Now, this mod, it caught my eye. It really, really did. So, the intro says, ever thought biters, despite having huge populations, never had any infighting? Ever thought they were too cute and friendly with each other? What about their farts causing pollution? Huh? Haven't you heard of global warming? I've actually looked. There is no pollution from biter farts. So, at least not up until about, well, I looked up to about 40% evolution. Maybe behemoth's fart, I don't know. But what it actually does is it splits the biters from being one central team into 5 separate factions. Because they're separate factions, they have a lot of infighting. And I'm talking like this nest down here, which is, considering most nests are whacked down as circles, is probably 4 separate nests. But even this nest here might have 2 or maybe even 3 biter factions in it, and they're going to start infighting right from square one. So what the mod creator actually suggests is you make sure you have expansion on, you turn up the expansion distance, and maybe turn down the cooldown. I'd also actually suggest that you turn down the destroy factor, especially if you're going to have nests like this, and probably turn up the pollution factor to compensate. Because what actually happens is when this spawns like this with 3 biter nests all together, or 3 biter factions together, and they kill one another's nests, that forces up one of the biter factions' evolution. Because being there are 5 factions, there is 5 separate evolution factors. So that's something you need to keep in mind, that you might be fighting small biters on one side and then behemoths on the other side of your base. So it really, really changes the way biters work. It also means that if you go out exploring and grab a big long trail of biters and run past an opposite faction's biter base, those biters are then going to attack the trail that's chasing you. It also seems, I'm not sure whether it's a bug or whether it's maybe that I'm running creative mode, but it seems that I've got like peaceful mode on, so biters really ignore me until I shoot one, at which point they get really pissed off, obviously. So we're going to hit the play button. We're going to go from there. I am running creative mode, so we can wander around fairly quickly. But you can see it already. There's infighting everywhere. Worms are shooting both biters and spawners. Everything's under attack. It's chaos. Okay, so this is one biter base. This is separate biter base. Oh, separate faction, rather. That worm is very, very dead and doesn't know it. Yeah. So I do wish that the mod developer actually put some sort of like coloring over the different biters. Where are we? So I got cheats, team cheats. So biter faction, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we can see down here we got an evolution of 0.03, 0.04, 0.039 again, 0.31, 0.22. So 0.22 is technically winning because they've had the least amount of spawners get blown up, but then they have the worst biters. And caps lock off. Okay. I'm going to separate global evolution, it seems. Yeah. So yeah, plenty of infighting between the biter nations. It looks like it could really change the way things work, but as you can see, I can run amongst everything with complete immunity. The biters really don't care about me. If I get... Where's creative armor? One of them. And a bunch of them. And we just arm ourselves up to the wahoo. And you can see, like, I can attract a couple of them. And if we go run through, obviously, a different faction. I hope this is a different faction. Yep. They're getting attacked. So I can sort of drag biters from one base into another. And same story here. If I just shoot some stuff. Hey, pay attention to me. Pay attention. No. Hey! Somebody went and paid attention to me. and then run into this biter base. The biters that I brought with us, with me, will then get beaten up by this spawner. But I have no idea which one's what faction. So that's probably my only critique about the mod. I'd really like to see some sort of either just in the tooltips, biter spawner faction 1, biter spawner faction 2, or just like a color grading, Give these a little bit more red of a tinge, a little bit more blue, a little bit more yellow, a little bit more green, and then, I don't know, black for the master race. I don't know. Pick one. But yeah, I just, it's a good little mod. It really changes things. It's sort of interesting that the biters don't care about you, but there's battles going on left, right, and center. If we have a look at that evolution again, 0.5... 0.56 again, 0.8, 0.67, 0.84, and we'll just throw down one of these real quick. And hell, we'll even swap over to God mode and go for a browse around the map. So where's a good one? Oh, top left corner. Oh, look at the carnage. So yeah, this is the mod we've chosen to look at this week. Like I said, if you're looking for something different, you're sort of sick of fighting with biters and, would much prefer it if the biters fought with themselves, this is definitely exactly what you were looking for. My only critique is, some sort of color grading so we knew which biters were which. As you can see, Woob has made slightly different graphics and coloring for a biter spawner versus spitter spawner. I assume with my limited, almost non-existent coding knowledge, it'd be easy to add just a color gradient for different factions. But yeah, that'd be my only request, and you can have something entirely different on your next map. Anyway, that's it from me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next mod highlight. As always, the link to the mod is down in the description below. Thank you for watching. Bye!